Hey everyone, welcome to Mind Unboxed, the channel where we dive deep into the strangest, most reality-shattering secrets of the human brain, perception, and consciousness. Stop for a second, right now, and look down at your hand. Seriously, pause the video if you need to. Wiggle your fingers, flex them, touch your thumb to each fingertip. Feel the warmth, the texture of your skin, the subtle weight and movement. That deep, automatic, rock-solid certainty that this hand is mine, that it belongs to you, that it's part of your core self, feels completely unbreakable, doesn't it? It's one of the most basic, unquestioned truths of your existence. From the moment you were born, your brain has maintained this feeling without you ever thinking about it. But what if I told you that in less than 60 seconds, using nothing more than 2 paintbrushes and a cheap fake hand, your brain could be utterly convinced that a cold, lifeless rubber hand sitting on a table is your real flesh and blood? And here's the terrifying kicker. When someone suddenly grabs a hammer and smashes it down toward that rubber hand, you'd gasp, your heart would race, adrenaline would surge, and you'd flinch in genuine panic, protecting a piece of plastic as if it were your own vulnerable body. Sounds impossible, right? Like science fiction or a magician's cheap trick? Hold that disbelief, because this is 100% real, rigorously proven, and one of the most replicated experiments in modern neuroscience. This is the rubber hand illusion. And by the end of this video, your sense of body ownership will never feel quite the same again. The illusion was first published in 1998 by psychologists Matthew Botvinnik and Jonathan Cohen at the University of Pittsburgh. In the decades since, it's been repeated in thousands of labs worldwide, expanded with brain imaging, virtual reality versions, and clinical applications. It's now taught in every introductory neuroscience and psychology course as a cornerstone demonstration of how the brain constructs our bodily self. So how does this mind hack actually work? Let's break down the setup step by step. It's brilliantly simple. You sit comfortably at a table. Your real left arm is placed on the table surface, but hidden from view, usually behind a vertical screen, box, or cloth partition. You're instructed to keep it completely still. In the exact position where your hidden left hand would naturally appear visible, the experimenter places a realistic, life-sized rubber left hand. These are standard anatomical models, skin-colored, detailed fingers, even fake nails sometimes. From your viewing angle, it looks convincingly like a hand that could be yours. Up close, of course, it's obviously artificial, shiny material, stiff joints, no warmth or pulse. The experimenter then takes 2 identical small paintbrushes. Brush 1 begins gently stroking your hidden real hand, randomly but deliberately across the fingers, knuckles, palm, and back of the hand. At the precise same moment, brush 2 strokes the visible rubber hand in exactly corresponding locations, with identical timing, speed, pressure, and direction. The synchronization is perfect. You sit there watching the rubber hand being touched, while simultaneously feeling identical touches on your real but unseen hand. For the first 10-20 seconds, nothing unusual. Your rational mind knows it's a fake. You feel the real brushstrokes behind the screen. The rubber hand remains an obvious object. But wait for it, around 30 seconds in, a subtle, eerie shift starts creeping in. The felt location of the touches begins to drift toward what you're seeing. You start experiencing the brushstrokes not only on your hidden real hand, but also, increasingly, on the rubber hand in front of you. By the 1-minute mark, boom, the illusion fully kicks in. The rubber hand no longer feels like an external object. It feels incorporated, integrated, alive. The rubber fingers feel like your fingers, sensitive, responsive. When you see the brush graze a rubber knuckle, you feel it there. The rubber palm tingles under the strokes. Your brain has rewritten its body map on the fly. Researchers then test the strength of this new ownership in multiple ways. First, a proprioceptive drift test. You close your eyes and use your right hand to point under the table to where you feel your left hand is located. Most participants point significantly toward the rubber hand's position. Their internal sense of limb location has literally shifted several inches. Second, subjective questionnaires. People strongly endorse bizarre statements like, "It seemed as though the touch I felt was caused by the paintbrush touching the rubber hand. The rubber hand began to resemble my real hand in terms of shape, skin tone, freckles, or some other visual feature. I felt as if the rubber hand was my own hand." Third, and most dramatic, the physiological threat response. The experimenter casually sets the brushes aside, picks up a hammer, or sometimes a syringe or knife for extra drama, and without warning swings it down sharply toward the rubber hand. The reaction is immediate and visceral. Participants jump in their seat, eyes widen, heart rate spikes, skin conductance, a measure of emotional arousal, surges, producing the exact same fear response as if their real hand were in danger. Meanwhile, the real hidden hand shows no such heightened protection priority. Your brain has demoted your actual flesh and elevated a piece of rubber to full body part status. Now here's the crucial part that reveals the mechanics. The illusion is incredibly fragile and rule-bound. Change any key variable and it collapses instantly. Asynchronous stroking, even a half-second delay between real and rubber touches, eliminates the effect completely. No ownership, no drift, no threat. Response. Misaligned posture. Rotate the rubber hand 180 degrees or place it too far away. Illusion gone. The brain demands spatial and anatomical plausibility. Wrong object. Replace the hand with a wooden block or neutral shape and stroke synchronously. No incorporation at all. These controls prove the brain isn't being passively fooled. It's actively running a Bayesian prediction engine, constantly calculating the statistical probability that the seen hand and felt touches belong to the same body part. When correlations are strong and consistent, it rapidly updates the body schema to minimize prediction error. Brain imaging confirms this. During successful illusion induction, regions like the ventral premotor cortex, intraparietal sulcus, and cerebellum show massive activation. These are the exact multisensory integration hubs that build and maintain our body model. Temporary disruption via TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation, to those areas blocks the illusion entirely. So why did evolution make body ownership so easily hackable? Flexibility is the key. Human bodies aren't static. We grow dramatically in childhood, suffer injuries, lose limbs, heal differently. More importantly, we are master tool users. From stone axes to smartphones, humans extend their bodies constantly. The brain evolved a rapid incorporation mechanism. When an external object produces highly correlated visual tactile proprioceptive signals with willed movement potential, treat it as body to improve action control. The rubber hand simply hijacks that ancient system without actual movement. The real-world implications are profound and already changing lives. In phantom limb syndrome, amputees often experience excruciating pain or distorted sensations in missing limbs because the brain's body map retains an outdated representation. V.S. Ramachandran pioneered mirror therapy inspired directly by the rubber hand illusion. Place a mirror to reflect the intact limb. Move it while watching the reflection in the phantom space. Multisensory correlation tricks the brain into updating the map, often dramatically reducing pain. Modern prosthetic limbs use embodied illusion techniques. Synchronous visual tactile feedback helps users feel robotic hands as truly theirs, improving intuitive control and reducing rejection rates. In virtual reality, full body ownership illusions are routine. Perfectly synced avatars let users inhabit bodies of different size, gender, age, or even non-human forms. This powers empathy training, experience discrimination from another perspective, phobia desensitization, and immersive therapy. Researchers have extended the illusion wildly, inducing ownership of 3 arms simultaneously, supernaturally long arms, shrinking or expanding bodies, even invisible body parts, synchronous touch with no visible proxy. Out-of-body experiences can be reliably triggered with conflicting multisensory cues. The deepest revelation? Your sense of bodily self, that foundational "I am this body" feeling, is not a direct, immutable truth. It's a constructed model, a best-guess illusion maintained by ongoing sensory prediction. Alter the predictions cleverly, and the I reshapes itself in moments. The boundary between self and world is permeable, fluid, statistical. A lump of rubber can become you. Your lifelong flesh can momentarily feel foreign. So, next time you glance at your hands, typing on a keyboard, holding a coffee cup, reaching for someone you love, take a second to marvel. That warm, certain, embodied feeling isn't guaranteed by physics or anatomy alone. It's an ongoing masterpiece painted by your brain, and with the right hack, the canvas can change completely. Mind officially hacked? Body map officially redrawn? Sense of self officially questioned? If this deep dive creeped you out, fascinated you, or made you stare at your hands differently, let me know everything in the comments. Have you tried the rubber hand illusion at home? Did it work instantly, or did your brain resist? Share your story. You can easily recreate it with a realistic fake hand, a friend, and 2 brushes. Search online for tutorials and report back. If you want more long-form explorations of perception glitches, consciousness mysteries, and brain hacks that challenge reality itself, smash that like button, subscribe to Mind Unboxed, hit the bell for notifications, and consider sharing this with someone who needs their mind blown today. Thanks for watching all the way through. Now go touch something undeniably real, just to recalibrate. See you in the next deep dive.